Now, the video showing where 5 clerics were seen mercilessly beating students with long canes at the Mahmoudin Islami Arabic School in Kwara State for allegedly attending a birthday party in a clubhouse went viral on Monday, prompting the government to swing into action. There have been different reactions to this very incident. Dr. Kayode is still very much around. In 1770 or thereabouts.
1770.
Yeah, 1770.
1770.
We're going historical.
Yeah. Hi.
In 1770.
How many centuries?
In 1770, English-speaking countries introduced school corporal punishment. The reason they gave then was that it provided quick response to indiscipline in order to allow students go back to classrooms. Down the line in 1783, Poland was the first to abolish school corporal punishment. Now, as at today, 128 countries across the globe have abolished school corporal punishment, and 69 are still stuck to it. Why hasn't the federal government decided to join the bandwagon and ban this ancient practice?
I was thinking that you will even bring it down to the corporal punishment introduced in Nigeria some times ago when they had soldiers to come to secondary schools, and be, ensuring discipline in school. And to that extent, Baba himself, Baba 70 himself, withdrew Femi from school, saying, no, this ain't Femi, withdrew him from school. So I wouldn't want soldiers to be disciplining my own son and all that. You understand? Because at that time, he too he didn't believe in such a corporal punishment, even though he too is a disciplinarian, but there are other ways in which he believes that students should be disciplined. Yeah. Now, not that bad. I also watched the video and I've read a lot of reactions to it. But you see, we need to be a bit careful in responding to this kind of
case,
of a clip, especially with what is happening in our nation presently. I am somebody that strongly believes in discipline, total discipline of a child. Because this place is not America, okay? Neither is the UK.
But we're looking up to them.
You might be looking up to them, but not in terms of our culture and our value system. Because in Nigeria, we have lost it totally. Whereby you see parents, even with their children, watching obscene film in their sitting room. Naked sex on television.
Part of our culture.
Is it supposed to be? That's what I'm saying. Is it supposed to be? Now let us go to this school. Even though I strongly believe that beating
extreme
has gone to the extreme.
It was excessive.
Highly excessive. Thank you. Highly excessive. I still believe that children need to be whipped. Even it's in the Bible. It's in the Quran. Now, if you go further to that story, you find out that the parents even requested those children to be disciplined. I once went to my son's school one day. All right. The housemaster on a Saturday, the housemaster asked them to play football from I think 8 o'clock till about 10 o'clock. And the man went out believing that by 10 they will have stopped playing football, gone back to their studies. Unfortunately for my own son, I just went to that school that day because I do go to their school unannounced. I now met all of them trying to buff with the housemaster because he said, guys, where were you not in your classes at this time? And I said, oh boy, you two, you are buffing with them? You have forgotten the house you came from? Before you knew it, I borrowed him a dirty slab there. And come and see all other students. They ran away. And that man later called me that since then, they never tried it again. So you see, what we call age of adolescence. Age of adolescence is something that needs to be treated with caution.
But Dr. Dayo, as much as it is good to discipline children, like you call these acts excessive. Now, there are so many acts that are excessive that have not been recorded on television.
Yeah.
People reacted to this because of the fact it went viral.
But in the quest to discipline children, there are some children that all growing up, all they will tell you is, after all, my daddy would beat me. And they still go ahead and head. So
they get used to
beating and they do worse. And at the point, they will stand up to you and say, Daddy, don't touch me. At that point, when you all we do is to discipline and discipline. At that point, when they say, Daddy, don't beat me. You see a boy of muscular, children, they could go too fast. What will you do at that stage?
I will explain that area for you. You see, I mentioned something, adolescent age. Okay? For instance, if your child of about 5, from about 5 years to about 10 years, the way you beat that is different from the way you will beat somebody from 10 to about 14, okay, and 15. From that 15 to about 19, you must have to change your style again. I will tell you my own example.
Style of beating.
Style of discipline.
Okay.
Discipline,
I tell you my experience with my dad, with my own dad. Along the line, I thought my dad hated me. Okay? I thought he hated me. Because even when I have quarrel with my elderly one, it is me with discipline. With the junior one, it is me we see discipline. I was wondering why. But you see, by the time I entered UI, my first semester holiday at home, the thing changed. It now changed to somebody that after night prayers, after night, all this, by 9 o'clock, you have your family prayers, and then you can go to sleep. After night prayers, it will now stop me. We will now sit down and be discussing issues. You don't understand. Did it now change from scolding to discussion? Sometimes we discuss it for about 3 hours. Okay? So what I'm saying is, at every stage, a parent should know when to change style of discipline. I don't know whether you understand. There are, for instance, look at the children of today. I don't know whether you normally watch this program, Mr. X Family, by, what's his name again? Mufeda Major. Yeah. Mr. X Family. I watched one particular episode, and it told that small baby there, because he knows that he likes playing with gadgets. He said, for the next 1 week, you ain't going to play with any of your gadgets. That one is enough. That one say, hey, Dad! Do you understand? And along the line, she changed from what she was doing to what the father wants her to do. removing that from her alone is another discipline. When you notice your child, this is what he or she loves, you can withdraw that as a way of discipline.
But in the case of those students now who are Muslim students and their parents are aware that they are being disciplined, even requested for it. So I'm here thinking how best, because now there's a Sharia law, you can't do that's a school, a Muslim school. So how best can we even using these students as case study? Some parents do not really have that kind of thought line as you're talking about.
You see, this one we're looking at, this particular scenario, you know, I deliberately did not want to discuss it. Rather, what lessons, do you understand? What lessons are there to learn? And the lessons that are there, one, you don't beat a child excessively.
It's wrong in all forms.
But that does not mean you should not beat a child. You have to know when to apply brake. You don't understand? You have to know when to apply brake. The way you will beat, even a 1-year-old should be different the way you will beat a 5-year-old. Should be different from the way you will beat a 10-year-old. So also 14-year-old. Then there are times that you will know. Even my daddy will say, if I'm beating you at this your age, I'm wasting my time. He's losing his energy. Do you understand? The way these children were being beaten, even at the way I'm looking at them, at their age, it's not about beating now. Because somebody who can go to the club to go and drink, to the sense of even pouring beer on themselves, that one is beyond beating. Rather, getting them conscientized. You know, there are ways you will get some people conscientized and they will look at it and say, for goodness sake.
They'll prefer you even beat them, yeah.
They will prefer that you even beat them down. There is a guy that once worked with me. Till today, we are very good friends. He did something very, very abnormal. I won't mention it. He did something very, very abnormal. He thought that, yes, Sake will sack him today. He will give him query today. Do you understand? He said, I'm sending people to come and beg me. I said, as you are talking now, you are exposing yourself the more. Okay? After the work of the day, I now call this guy. I know he loves taking beer. Took him to a pub, you know. I bought him beer. And I started talking to him. The guy is a big guy today. Because he stopped doing all that. Until today, he always have it at the back of his mind that what this guy did for me that time changed his life.
Now,
so there are ways of even at places of work. It's not just query or sack or this.
From all indications, you are like 100% in support of corporal punishment, but at different degrees, according to an individual's age. Research has shown that corporal punishment, there are side effects, there are negative psychological effects. There is this low esteem, you know, and then of course, at extreme cases, could lead to suicide. That's the child contemplating suicide. You mean the results of these researches aren't anything to go by?
I will also tell you this. There are some researches that are highly incomplete. Okay? I like using myself as an example because it's good to talk from experience. When I beat a child, bam, I just leave you to yourself. A day or 2 days after, or over the weekend, I will now call you. Sit down. We both sit down. Have a drink. I will have my drink. You did this. Is it right? No, Daddy. If you had done it this way, will Daddy have beaten you? No, Daddy. Now, for Daddy to have beaten you for what you have done, is Daddy right? Yes, Daddy. What are you supposed to say? Thank you, Daddy.
You mean this won't suffice?
Suffice for what?
That's take the place of the beating. That's
No, listen.
doing this rather than beating.
Listen. Let me tell you something. The way Africans are wired, there are times, these children of nowadays, there are times they will need, I said it, they will need beating. There are times they will need beating. There are times, and that beating should not be excessive. There are times they will need to be conscientized. Okay? And there are times you need to beat them and then sit them down. In this age of sagging, it's because people have not been disciplined on this. Yesterday I was driving along Beggar. I saw this guy, about 27-year-old, sagging. You should see where the short knicker was. I mean, and he was now pulling this one up here, pulling it up here, because he hasn't seen somebody that will talk to him, that will discipline him. Nigeria is in a kind of a precarious situation. You know why? Because we are now vacillating between cultures and value systems, being caused by social media. So when you don't remove all those sentiments from the brain of these children, it will lead to something else. And that is why you see some of them these days, they go into prostitution, they go into hard drug consumption, they go into all those so many nefarious activities that are detrimental to the society. If you are saying we want to copy all those people there, you know what they face? For a 5-year-old child to be calling police to come and arrest his parents, is that normal?
Dr. Dyer, thank you.
Thank you very
so much,
Dr. Dyer, for your thoughts.